help out, and he was here a couple hours ago before we made it to this side of the scene. But that's just a bit of an example of just the strength of the community, of the department, and they're hoping they can all pull through and pull together as Officer Burton is in the hospital tonight.
Well said, Brandon. All right, Brandon, those live for us tonight in Richmond.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with Chief Meteorologist McCall Vrydaghs.
Well, we're going to take a break from that breaking news. Of course, we'll continue to follow that story and have updates here on Channel 7 and on whio.com. For now, let's take a look outside. You can see in downtown Greenville, the weather is quiet for you tonight, and we have clear skies overhead. I mentioned that because it may lead to some problems for a few of us into early tomorrow morning. Now, that initial problem that we're going to be looking at is some patchy fog, and it may be locally dense in some spots. So I suggest if you're someone that's up around daybreak, and that's typically when you take your drive into work or wherever you need to go in the morning, check in with meteorologist Kirsty Zontini and Sergeant Mark Bowen. They're going to pinpoint any areas that may be a little bit denser in that fog and the visibility, and that could slow you down for that early drive. We'll clear things out. Temperatures will get back to about slightly below average tomorrow afternoon. We'll see a couple of showers come in, and then after that, cooler and more comfortable air arrives. And we're talking about overnight lows tomorrow night and then Friday night specifically, that those overnight temperatures fall into the 50s. So it's going to feel more like early fall than the middle of August for us. Then as we turn to the end of the upcoming weekend, rain is expected to return for us with a few showers on Sunday and Monday. So there is a lot of everything that we're going to be looking at in this forecast over the next 7 days. Right now, let's take a look at live Doppler 7 as we scan the skies. And what you're seeing there in green, that's just what we call clutter on the radar. It isn't necessarily any rainfall. In fact, as I mentioned, we have clear skies overhead, and we're already cooling back down to about 63 in Greenville right now, holding on to the low 70s in downtown Dayton. When we look at our visibility map, no issues there, no problems at this point in time. But when we look at our future cast, it's going to show that visibility dropping off by early tomorrow morning. Stopping the clock there at 7:30 a.m. and you'll notice some of those darker grays being picked up here from Sydney to Troy into the Dayton area, Spring Grove, Salina, Wapakoneta, Winchester. You all have a good chance that some fog will form overnight tonight, and then again might be on the denser side to start tomorrow. When you wake up and head out early tomorrow, we will be in the low 60s. It is a cooler start, but not as cool as we're expected to get. As I mentioned, we're going to get into the 50s by tomorrow night. And it is still a little bit on the humid side. We're looking at dew points in those upper 50s to low 60s. Then we get that reinforcing shot of more comfortable weather as we get into late tomorrow, into tomorrow night. As for tomorrow's forecast, by midday, we already jumped to about 78 degrees, and we'll finish the afternoon at around 80 or so. A couple of passing showers or an isolated rumble of thunder with that cold front that comes in. It's pretty brief, in about an hour or so, once the rain's there, it's out of there, and then we see drier weather returning, and a nice finish to the day by the end of your Thursday. So here's how that looks on Futurecast. You can see in the morning some patchy fog there. You're seeing some of that cloud cover being picked up. By 1 in the afternoon, you get some isolated downpours that may move in, and they push quickly to the south by around early evening, and then the rest of tomorrow night is going to be quiet with clearing skies. So even those isolated downpours that come through, that slight chance of a rumble of thunder is brief, and a lot of us may just stay dry all day long tomorrow. Now, Friday and Saturday, those are fantastic days, 50s in the morning, 70s in the afternoon, and then we see that chance for rain returning with highs near 80 on Sunday and Monday. James.
Thank you. Right now, people in Xenia can own up to 4 small livestock animals like chickens.